HAFSATU Baby by Fatima Bala is that book you should have on your reading list. It's a book that gave a vivid explanation of what identity means. It explained that identity should be free will and not imposed. It should be something that you are willing to give yourself by yourself and not something that is supposed to be imposed on you. It should be free will and not imposed. So, hi everyone. In this video, I'll be making mention of the morals that I learned from the book titled HAFSATU Baby by Fatima Bala. And before I go to the moral, I'm going to be like making a brief review, tell you what the book was all about, which is why you should watch till the end. First, HAFSATU Baby by Fatima Bala is a fictional book, and at the beginning of this book, we were exposed to Zuwaira. Zuwaira happens to be one of the major character in this book, and it was Zuwaira that gave birth to HAFSATU Baby in this book. At early age, Zuwaira was given off to marry a very rich Alaji by the uncle. That was because all this was possible because Zuwaira lost her parent at a very young age, at the age of 13. So when she was living with the uncle, because of greediness and money, so they gave her off to marry to a rich Alaji. So, and this Alaji happens to be a kind of abuser, always beating his wives. Like not only Zuwaira, but he was used to beating his wives. So, and Zuwaira, before she got married to this Alaji, we had already have someone she wanted to marry, which was Ibrahim. But unfortunately, things go differently before things finally make sense for her back. So when she was married to this Alaji used to beat her. So one day, because of peace of mind, she put sleeping pill into this Alaji's food. And because of that, through that, the Alaji was admitted to the hospital, his immune system stopped working. So it was at this hospital that it was revealed that it was a sleeping pill that was put into his food. And when they dig to the bottom of this matter, they realized that it was Zuwaira because it was Zuwaira assumed that this Alaji last sleep. And because of that, Alaji sent her back to the uncle's house. And the Alaji was contemplating if he was going to accept her back as his wife. But fortunately for her, Alaji divorced her and she was so happy. But before this Alaji divorced her, she was already pregnant. Like she was already pregnant for this Alaji. And she does not want to have anything to do with this Alaji anymore. So while she was staying in this uncle's house, the man she fell in love with, Ibrahim, came during that period of time and he was shocked to see her that, wow, are you back from your husband? That's what happened. So she explained everything to this Ibrahim. And Ibrahim loved her, the three love each other. So through this, Ibrahim went to meet his own uncle and explained to them that he has found someone he wanted to marry. When they asked him who, he said Zuwaira. So they have no point, they have no say, it is his life. So they agree and they join the two of them together. So this HAFSATU Baby in this book thought that it was Ibrahim that gave birth to her. But later on, she conducted a DNA, she did a DNA herself, and that was where she realized that one of the parents was not a true parent. So as time goes on, it was revealed to her that it was the father who adored her, who loved her so much. It was the one that was not her biological father. She was pained, very, very pained. So that's a brief summary about this book. Now let's go to the morals learned from this book. We have the number one is identity. So don't forget, I said when I was making this brief review, HAFSATU Baby thought it was Ibrahim, the person he grew up to know as a father, was truly a biological father. But when she conducted the DNA test within herself and the siblings, she got to realize that Ibrahim was not a biological father. Then who was my biological father? So one day she decided to bring home someone she wanted to marry. But when the mother asked of the full name of this person she wanted to marry, the full name was Abubakar Regin. She was shocked because this was something that she has always afforded not to happen to her. She was shocked that Regin, that was the biological father of HAFSATU Baby. So it was from here that the crisis started because she said to HAFSATU Baby that no, it is not possible that they are never going to get married. Why? So later she was explained to that this Abubakar and you have the same father. It was the same father that gave birth to you, and she had to explain to her how everything happened. She was shocked, she was sad because this Abubakar has been the best thing that's ever happened to her, always doting on her, caring for her, loving her, and her, different from all the men she has met ever in her life. So that means that the relationship, the marriage preparation was put to stop. So because of this, she traveled out. She was now in between, like sitting on the fence that, okay, now that I've known the father that truly gave birth to me, it was not this Ibrahim that I know to be my biological father that truly gave birth to me. Whose surname will I continue carrying on? Will I be bearing? So she was confused. Now, this is where she like puts their personality into play. The father, the actual biological father, she portrayed him as a wife abuser, as a violence man, even though he was wealthy, his name could like give you each position in life. He was not someone that was worth moving closer to because of his personality. Even Abu Bakr had explained that the father was violent, always beating the wife when they were still dating. So why the biological father was this kind of person that truly loved her mother. In fact, he has never for once treated her as if he was not her biological father, always buying her this, buying her that, even love her more than the true biological children. So that was when she now pronounced herself that now, based on this comparison, I will remain Ibrahim Gaya. So she now pronounced herself as HAFSATU Ibrahim Gaya. That was a stepdad surname, and that she was never going to have anything to do with the surname of the biological and original father. So another thing in this book was generational consequences, like the consequences of being a wife abuser, consequences of being unhappy man, of being a violent man was shown on the relationship of HAFSATU Baby. Because HAFSATU Baby believed that if the father has been a kind of calm man, good man, loving man that showed the mother love, attention, and patience, and not like this kind of abuser always beating her, she wouldn't have ended like that. Her relationship wouldn't have been strained. So, of course, the mother will have stayed in her husband's house, and she will have also know all her siblings because she will have grown up with them. So she shifted all this blame to the father that the consequences of what he did when he was alive reflected on her whole love life, which affected her so much emotionally because at some point she have to start seeing therapists, doing this, going to this hospital and all. So and also, like, she also blamed the mother because if the mother had explained to her early that, okay, this person was not your father, this is who your biological father is, and all, she would have been sensitive enough to know that Abu Bakr was truly a broad brother. So that was generational consequences. That was why it's good to like not being violent, like not being an abuser, wife abuser, because she believed if the father had been gentle and calm on all the wife, this wouldn't have happened good like that for her, and her relationship will have worked and married the right person, not wasting her time on the wrong person. So another thing in this book was the influence of forced marriage, lack of free will, and free choices. If the uncle of Zuwaira had first have allowed her to like choose the person she truly wants and she truly wants to marry, this wouldn't have ended for her like this. She wouldn't have been shifted from one husband's house to another. She would have only got married to a single person, which was the Ibrahim, because they were living together in the same compound and they truly love each other. That's the consequences of not our parents not allowing their child, their daughter, to freely choose whosoever they wanted to marry, of imposing someone to marry on them because of money, which is greediness and also selfishness, because the impact will be shown on the child, not the parents on the long run. So yeah, the uncle later saw the impact of greediness on Zuwaira's marriage because Zuwaira and Ibrahim later lived together because she was happy to be with Ibrahim. That was who she truly loved. Ibrahim always loving her, like he had never for once doubted her, even when she was portrayed as a cursed woman from her first marriage, that she was cursed because at some point things were not going well for the allergy. And they said it was because Zuwaira came in, and that ever since she came here, things has been bad for the allergy. It was Ibrahim that calmed her down that through prayer we can overcome all this. And they become the most successful. Ibrahim became the most successful doctor, and she also like worked in a bank and became a bank manager before she retired. So that was all about the morals from HAFSATU Baby by Fatima Bala and why identity should be free will and not imposed. I think you've learned one or thing from this book, ranges from the theme of forced marriage and the importance of self choices and also generational consequences and identity. Let me know in the comment section if you've read this book before and what part do you love about this book, what you learned from this book. So thank you for watching. Please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe for more book videos like this. I'm going to see you in my next video. Till then, bye.